Hello and welcome to another edition of Eat the Week. I'm your host, Harry Friddy Guy, and today I'm doing something dirty. Well, most of my stuff is pretty dirty, really. But there you go. I'm doing something cheap and dirty. It's even better. So I'm making poor man's pork scratchings. So, or chicharrons if you're from somewhere other than here. I don't know what else you call them. So, but anyway, I've got some pork rind that I bought in the reduced section from Morrison's, and it was reduced from 98 pence to 54 pence. So I couldn't resist the bargain. So I'm gonna get it out and see if I can air fry it and make it. That's a lot of meat. Well, it's not. It's a lot of skin. Oh my days. Okay, I may have bitten off more than I can chew here. This is like the side of a pig. But I do like a challenge. So there's not a massive amount of fat on it, but I'm hoping that there's enough to crisp it up. So maybe I'll just do one piece at a time, but it's got to be eaten because it was reduced. So I think let's salt it. Oh, I can even see the hairs. proper old school. So I'm gonna give it a salt. I should have opened the packet first, I know, and let it air. So, but there you go. Something for the weekend, sir. Have you got any plans? Just massaging it into the lovely pig rind. So sorry, vegans and vegetarians. So there you go. Right, let's cut these into. Oh wow. I don't know whether it's easier to use a knife or a pair of scissors, so I'll try both. But I kind of want to cut them into little pieces, so I think it might be easier to use a pair of scissors. Right. Oh, I don't know, there is a fair bit of fat on. There you go. So I'll cut them into cubes, kind of that size. I'm going to air fry them and see what they turn out like. So we'll be back in a more with it will either be a total failure or a massive success. And yeah, and I'll end up with enough pork scratchings to last me a month. First half in, I'm on to the second half now, and I had an idea. I thought rather than just putting salt in it, I had some flavoured pork scratchings the other day, really unusual ones, like maple, salt and vinegar, pigs in blankets, stuff like that, little tiny little packets. They're really tasty. So I've got some Cajun spices out, some Cajun seasoning. This was like, I think, £1 at B&M or something. And I know this is really salty. So instead of salt, I'm going to swap it out for some Cajun stuff. And I'll rub some olive oil on first. So I did that on the other thing because there's not a lot of fat on this skin. I thought it might need some to crisp up. So let me get that open. There you go. I'll rub it with my left hand so then I can pick up the Cajun spices with my clean right hand. Alright, so yeah, this is dirty naughty. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. I mean, theoretically it should do. So I don't like the fact that I can see the number of the pig on the I feel like I'm doing some weird Buffalo Bill experiment here. So, and it took me an absolute age to cut them up. into little squares. Right, let's just get it on. Right, I'll rub it in. So that, yeah, I've gone hardcore with the Cajun spice on this one. So there you go. That's the Cajun spice. I'm gonna rub that all in. I can hear it like bubbling already. I've just put it in for 10 minutes and then I'm just gonna give it a look and give it a shake. So there's quite a lot in there. So yes, 38 pence pork scratchings. I don't even know whether it's gonna work. Right, I'm not gonna video me cutting this up because it just took forever, and it is easier with the scissors because it's you know, thick but thin at the same time. Right, I'll use my clean finger to stop the camera. I'll be right back. Okay, so I haven't tried them yet, but the mission looks like it might have been successful. So here are the plain pork scratchings. There's not as many as you would think because it did shrink down. So this is just olive oil and salt. And here are the Cajun pork scratchings, which is yeah, just olive oil and Cajun spices and just a tiny little bit of salt at the end. So, but what I will say is, although the actual ingredients were cheap and it took me a lot of time to prep it, these bad boys like took 20 minutes each in the air fryer. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit because I put it OCD and I didn't quite put it down straight. There you go. Let's hope that's better. So, no, it's even worse, but it doesn't matter. I'll just lean here or here. So yeah, it was 40 minutes in total because I put them in for 10 minutes, gave them a shake, put them in for another 10 minutes. So 40 minutes worth of electricity, but I only paid 35 pence for these pork scratchings or chicharrones, depending on where you're from. So, so let's try these. I should have put them on a plate. So let's put some of these on a plate so you can actually see them rather than just looking at a bowl. Right. So these are the thing is as well. I've never made these before, so I cut them up into good inch sizes, and they really shrunk, like, you know. So, but they look, you know, they look pretty tasty. So, but they've shrunk. They're like the size of like cinnamon toast crunch, you know. So let's see what they're like. Okay, you can probably hear the crunch because there wasn't a layer of fat underneath. They are more like the American style pork crunch, but they didn't puff up. They've just gone really crunchy. So if you make these at home, chew them slowly, watch your teeth, because that's the last thing you want to do is break a tooth on something like this. But damn, they're tasty. And these are just the plain ones. So I also researched that if you put them in an airtight container once they're cooked, you can keep them for, how long was it? A couple of weeks? A month?
Yeah, a couple of months.
A couple of months? I don't think these are going to last a couple of months. So, but, you know. These are good. Sorry, I'm just going in for another one. They're that good. So that's the plain ones. They're really good. So, and the thing is, they last longer than not like shop pork scratchings because they're so crunchy. You have to eat them a lot slower because otherwise you're going to risk a trip to the dentist. So here's some of the Cajun ones. Oh, these look pretty good. I prefer the colour of those. So that's the Cajun pork skin. Let's check this out. Oh, oh wow. Yep. These are epic. Oh wow. I'm still have to be careful now. I don't want to trip to the dentist just because of this. But they were tasty, just the plain ones. But these are another level. The Cajun spices have given it a really nice spiciness. I don't know, they were both cooked exactly the same. I don't know whether it feels texturally they're nicer, but I don't think it can be. I think it just must be the spices. This is good, and they're going to last me a while, because as you can see, I've put one tiny piece in, and I'm chewing for like almost a minute, just wow. Oh, these are delicious, man. If you're gonna do these, you know, with the pork rind or the pork skin, put some different spices on, the Cajun spices. So, oh yeah, these are delicious, man. Oh, this is dangerous. I need to find 2 airtight containers now and get Foodie Girl to actually hide them from me and only give me a few pieces a day and see whether they actually last that amount of time. I'm just looking for one that might have a bit more like of the fat underneath, but it doesn't look like it. So this would have worked much better if the skin wasn't so thin, I think, like as a preference. I mean, us English people, we kind of, our pork scratchings, we like them thick. We like them crunchy. But this is I mean, I've had similar to this, but these are pretty tough going on your teeth. But the taste is amazing. So let's look at scores on the doors. Bearing in mind these were 38p. And they're gonna last me ages, man. I mean, the little packets of pork scratchings I had the other day only had 5 pieces in each packet. Oh, they are outrageously good. So I think the exercise that my jaw's getting by eating these is probably going to outweigh the calories. So these are good. And the good thing about air frying them is all the fat gets stripped out. Bad thing is I've now got to clean the air fryer. Yeah. And open your windows as well and turn on your extractor fan, because it was a bit of punishment cooking these when you're living with somebody who doesn't eat meat and pork. Oh god, these are perfect with beer. As you can see, I can't stop eating the Cajun ones. So I'm going to score these. I'm going to put that back. Maybe they would have been crunchier or less hard if I'd have actually scored the meat, scored the skin first. But I didn't really have a tool to do that. But yeah, you know. So I'm going to go back to these, and then I'll give you some scores on the doors. So this is the original sorted one. No competition, man. These are good. I'll give these a 6 because this whole bowl is like 20 pence worth of, you know, pork rind in there. But these, the ones with the Cajun seasoning on, these are off the chain. This is a 10. And you know what? This was just a food experiment. I've never cooked anything like this. Yeah, I mean, you know, growing up, we used to have roast pork and stuff like that, and get a whole joint, and we'd fight over the crackling. But and that was good. I wouldn't have these with a dinner, but as a snack. Oh, Cajun all the way. So I'm probably going to toss some Cajun spices on these and give them a shake up. Because even with salt, they're just a little bland. So, but anyway, once again, apologies to the vegans and vegetarians, but I'm assuming that you probably won't watch this video. This is one for the carnivores, man. Oh, I need someone to literally forcibly remove these from me. Wow, epic. So, if you're in Morrison's and you fancy making some homemade pork rind or pork scratchings or chicharrons or whatever you want to call them, you know, it's like 90 pence, but I got them for 38 pence. So, cheers everyone. I'm happy with that. It's a bargain, and these are delicious. Get some Cajun spices on them, or any other spices you like the sound of, you know. You can put anything on them. Someone put makeable syrup on in a pork scratching, and it tasted epic. So we all like our salty sweet. Right, thanks for watching, and if you don't subscribe, please do. Click the like button and the notifications button so you get notified. And give some love to the t-shirt. Right, see you on the next one. Bye. Oh, you can hear me crunching. Oh, they're too good. I'm gonna have to have more.